Josh George, college football. I am going to talk about the UCLA Bruins 2024 college football team. I'm going to make predictions based on this schedule and based on how I think the UCLA Bruins will compete in 2024. We're going to start with Deshaun Foster, new head coach. Never coached a game as a head coach in college football. But he's not the X Factor. The X Factor for UCLA, Eric Bieniemy, former offensive coordinator of the Kansas City Chiefs. He will be a head coach in 1 to 2 seasons in college football. That is prediction number 1 on our video. Prediction number 2, Ethan Garbers, freshman quarterback. He has 4 years of eligibility anyways, and he's a returning starter. He throws for an average of 250 yards per game. They are a top 5 passing offense in the nation. His number 1 target will be Rico Flores Jr. That's prediction number 3. And he will be 1,000-yard receiver and have 10 touchdowns. Also, getting 10 touchdowns will be Malachi Mestival, number 88, tight end. He will have a 10-touchdown season as he is 6'7", 250 pounds, and a giant target in the back of the end zone, which Eric Bieniemy likes, of course. Loves to use the tight end and loves to use slant routes, sluggos, things like that. This wide receiver core is going to have a field day. I also expect Anthony Atkins to get 5 receiving touchdowns, who will play some fullback, play some tight end, play some receiver, be a secret star that a lot of teams overlook. It's the defense that's questionable to me. You got only 4 starters back, one of the lowest productions in the Big Ten in returning productions on defense. Now, it was a defense that was 10th in total defense, but it's just going to look so different this year. And a defensive line that's only half back, linebacking core that's about 33% back, and defensive back room that's 25% back. Just not a lot of production. Returning special teams production's only at 18%, so it's just going to be different defensive special teams. It's going to be a lot like USC with Lincoln Riley, where you're scoring a ton of points and then you're trying to get a couple stops or a couple turnovers. You were -2 last year in the turnover margin. Might be worse this season. Luckily, you got that really good offense. I've got you guys 6-6 and 4-5, and man, I wish you could have gotten Eric Bieniemy as the head coach and a better defensive coordinator than Ikaka Milrow, who just runs a lot of 4-3 and 4-4 and kind of likes the nickel defense, kind of likes to live in that range and just doesn't blitz enough for my liking, especially when you have guys like Kenu Williams, who's just an amazing defensive tackle, can clog up the run, and is what you would call a unit. He's going to be 330, along with Jay Torla, who's also going to be 330 this year. So they need to blitz because those guys can make holes for linebackers. I'm Josh George. This was UCLA's preseason preview 2024.